Okay, a quick little video. Crystal Nachi, I think Nachi, at least that was the name that was left on one of my old videos where I think it was called, using magazine pages. And then in the video, I showed a couple of mini booklets that I make that are small, as you'll see. And she wanted to know how I made them, if I had a tutorial, which I did not. Okay, so what I've done is printed, I have a template that I have made that has all of these boxes in it. This is for an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. And this makes 2 booklets. Now, one of the things you have to know is, let me hold it this way so you can see. There's 4 and 4. I'm going to cut it in half. This is going to be one booklet. And then I'm going to make a booklet here. But every booklet has to be designed with 4 images facing this way and 4 images facing that way. You see, as you'll see when I fold them. So now I am going to cut this in half. Now I had to do some trimming, so I'm going to have some kind of not so wonderful edges because I printed this on a printer and it didn't print to the edge like I like it, so it had a little white space. So of course now you can just use a piece of, so that's going to be 2 booklets here. Let me see if I can get out a little bit. Yeah, so you can see what I'm doing. Now this is 2 booklets. I think I'll cut on both edges, and maybe I'll cut it on this side so I can actually see what I'm doing. And in fact, I will use my trimmer maybe for a better, more straight. I'm not known for precision here. Okay, this is not the best cutter either, but it's going to have to do. So it leaves bitty raggedy edges and leaves them in this channel, which you have to clean out all the time. Anyway, okay, so this is going to be one book, and this is going to be another book. Now, before I start, I got these images and bought them from Herbal Journal Pages, is what they're called, by Eternal Tale Pages in Etsy. I think they're on sale now for 2 more days. And this is only a small number of the images that she has put on this sale. I think they were like 27 pages. It's a huge bundle, and they're all really, really beautiful. Anyway, let's back to making the mini book. Okay, so I've got this book now, and what I'm going to do is fold it in half. You can do this with any rectangle that is in the same proportion as an 8.5 by 11 letter size or similar. Okay, so I folded that, and then I'm going to, let's see, how am I going to do this? Yeah, then I'm going to fold it in half this way, and you can see it's not measuring up because I trimmed it not very well. But this is the idea. Now you bring these 2 pages up to the middle, flip it over, and bring these 2 pages to the middle, more or less. And then now all you do, I always know I've got it right when I have a little airplane-y looking thing like that. Then I get a pair of scissors, and I'm going to, I like my line a little bit better here. Let's see. I can see it right here. Okay, that's it. Knock across this fold like this. And then you put it this way. And I want this to be my front cover and this the back cover. So fold it. And some people switch it around and they open up another cover, and it seems to work pretty much whatever you want to do, but this is the way I do it. So there we go. Lovely little booklet. And of course, this, if you glue the pages down like I do, over a little bit on the end, and I also trim my corners, makes it look a little nicer too. You get a pocket on this side, and then you glue it on the bottom, and you get a pocket on this side, and one again open on this side, glue, and over here. So let's see what we got. So, and you can put these together actually and make a multi-page book, you know, by putting all the edges together, tightly gripping them, and then putting some glue on several of them, and you can have several books put together, which means you can have some writing space. And the other thing I've done is there's a way of slipping paper by cutting a little edge from here, cutting a slot in here, not to the complete edge, and then you have paper of similar size folded, and what you do is you snip it a little bit on the two edges but not in the middle, and you slide it through, and you can make multiple pages. I forgot what that trick is called, frankly, but I've added pages to these booklets that way. Now you can make a plain one and then decorate it, and you'll see how it's done. Let's see. The other thing I like to do, don't we all like to do this? We especially like cutting corners. If you're like me, I like cutting corners more ways than one. Not always a good thing either. And before you glue it, you know, if you have some edges that you're not happy with and you can see them, you know, you can always use, let's see if I can find this thing here. I'm missing my little inking edge. I put walnut ink in this, so, and of course it always looks nice when you do that. And if you manage to not glue it yet, you can either do the inside, you know, on the inside edges. And they do not have to be neat at all, because all you're doing is covering up the white. I'm sorry, I keep getting out of frame. As an example. And doing the outside. I'm going to do this very quickly, because I can go through it again. Now on one sheet of paper, I got two of these little booklets, but you get the idea. I won't do them all. Like I said, if the paper shows in between, before you glue it, just cover the edge like that, and you can't see it anymore, especially after you do this to the top edge. Okay, let me see if I missed any. Ah, sure I did. This one here, I got a little bit of overlap where I didn't want it on the top, so. Now, if anybody wants a JPEG of the template that I use, and what it really is it's one sheet of paper. Well, anyway, you'll see. What it has is all of these rectangles. Let me show you now that I opened it up again. It's a template that it shows all of these panels, pages, And you can draw this, if you do this on a big sheet of paper, a whole sheet of paper, it's the same thing. You only get a nice mini size version if you put two on one page, as I have done. And here's my little book. And it measures, it's probably, let's see, little 2 5/8. No, 2 5/8 would be here. 2, 1, 2. It's not a very good measuring mat. Let's see, the finished one is 2 3/4. Yeah, 2 3/4 by 1, 2. Yeah, 2 3/4 length by, I think, 2 inches. So 2 inches this way and 2 3/4 this way. And here's my little booklet. And you can, if I hadn't put images on here and just did it with plain paper, then you can decorate it with little mini pockets and stuff. So now here's my other one. I still have one more to do, and I will quickly do this one so you can see it again. First thing you do is the long way, and then the short way, and then you bring your pages, the ones you can see, up to the middle, and up to the middle, my little airplane. And like I said, I'm going to reinforce this so you can see it. Maybe I'll, since I've got the ink handy. It also will help me do it too. So remember, let's do it again so you see. And this is the one I'm going to cut. Cut on that brown edge. Now this one I did not make my put my image in there very well, but I can cover that up with the ink. So now there it is. Bring it close together like that, and this is the one I want to be my front cover. Yeah, so there you go, and there you go. And but that's how you do it. And I didn't talk about the software that I use to call in the JPEG for the template, and then drag the images. There's so much more available today, and what I use is an older method, so it's a good program, and I've used it so many years. I know what I'm doing. But whatever software programs you use to create images, like, or if you just make the books, of course, out of coffee dyed paper, and then you stamp it and color it any way you want. Now this one I should have done a better job of, but I can just kind of finesse that a little bit here. I should have had my images placed better. Yeah, I was making images on my iPad. Had I used my other method, I'd have had a better placement, but I did want to get this loaded in case anybody was... I know Crystal had asked, and I wanted to show her how to do this. So now we have this wonderful, cute little booklet that can fit in pockets in any kind of journal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, an 8-page booklet. 2 out of 1 sheet of paper.